There's so much to do, helping out people everywhere.
You set your iPod to your favorite songs when you're jogging or when you're gonna run. I rode the bike the other day. That bike, God bless it, I was on it for about 6 miles. Might not ever do it again, but it was awesome for a little while. But when you have music, it allows you to go further. It makes you work out a little bit harder because it just has the ability to take you out of your element, remove that idea of, oh, this hurts, and you concentrate on the music and the beat, and you just go farther than what you thought you could.
Yeah, it's really, really amazing. I don't know much about that because I haven't been in the gym for a while. But I have to get back in the gym, and it is easier when we go with music. It just almost takes your mind off of what your body is actually doing.
It's scientific. You go into a store, they're playing music in the background. They want you to just forget about how much you're spending and how much time you're spending in there. And that music that they're playing in the background, you just start jamming to the oldies, and now you're buying more things that you thought you were going to buy. It happens to you all the time.
Well, I don't, yeah, it does. I don't think, yeah, I can't accredit, I could say the music, but truthfully I don't need music to shop. But I do need music to live. It's a way of life, and it makes our culture and our way of living so much more enjoyable.
Yeah. And there's so many cultures that identify to music. They speak in, I mean, if you speak to Italians, they almost have this, hey, and they gumbats, but it's almost melodic, and it's music. And you speak to a Spanish person, and they're going to speak to you, and they're going to kind of move around. It's not just, there's music in our bones, man. We just start dancing. It's part of our culture.
Yeah, it is.
My culture, maybe not yours.
No. I don't think I talk like that. But we do move around, and we do.
I sounded like Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah. No, actually, my experience is as a Latina woman, Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
When we get excited and we talk, it's more like because I go 100 miles an hour. I can start just talking, and sometimes people are like, "What are you saying?" But the truth is that we all have different types of music that we can identify with, and some cultures are different than others, and they're different beats, they're different melodies, but they're all unified by one common thing, which is music. It just makes us so happy. I don't think that there's any culture that has a specific song that you can listen to and just say, oh, that's really depressing, or that's really, sad. You can say that's different, but music is so uplifting.
It is. Ladies and gentlemen, we want you to keep watching Hope TV and watch this little bit of music right here. It's just this long. You're going to love it.
Helping out people everywhere.
Have you ever heard the saying, it is music to my ears? Yeah. Well, music therapists use music to help promote healing and health in people everywhere.
So, when I go to a deep therapy for muscles or whatever it is, they always use that music, and it goes beyond the touch, and it goes beyond what they're doing and the ointments. That music is what transcends me. It takes me someplace else, and what a lot of the times it's just I need a break in my spirit, in my emotions, and there's no hand that can reach there. So they know that by playing the right music, that's going to be able to massage my heart like no amount of touching or stretching or muscle is going to be able to do. It's that music that reaches your soul that really starts to change you, and makes you feel good.
It has been proven that music has been used even in infants to be able to promote their brain waves and just be able to relax them. Children that are colicky, some of the techniques that they will use are in combination with music because it does have that healing power.
When Jazz was in the womb, one of the things that I'd love to do was take headphones and and play music. And I played Mozart, I played Beethoven, then I played some funk, I played some Commission, I played some Earth, Wind and Fire. Shh, don't tell my mommy. But I jammed, and it was music, and I could see it. He would react to the fast music, and he would calm down to and he was able to develop that understanding of music at a real early age.
Yes.
And I love it now because now he's 11 and it's so in his bones.
Oh, I'm so
he
proud of
plays
him.
drums, he sings like a bird.
Yeah, he
I mean,
does.
he's got this, and I really do think that it was that therapy that we gave him when he was still in your womb.
Yes, I remember as if it was yesterday, I would be there sleeping, just completely out, exhausted from the day, carrying, all this weight. And all of a sudden,
It's amazing.
these ice cold headphones would come. And I wake up, I'd never been able to just sleep through anything. And my husband would be there with the music, almost like I would not notice that there's these headphones and there's all this music going on in my belly.
Yep.
But I do believe we credit that to my son's success today with music. But not only that, I remember we used to share responsibilities. I nursed, and I was nursing my son, and my husband wanted to be a big part of.
I couldn't do anything in
Yeah,
there.
in that he couldn't, but but what we ended up doing, we agreed I would nurse and he would burp.
Yeah.
But whenever he burped, he didn't just burp, he would do rhythms, and my son, and he would say, here's the beat,
And I do that. Bop,
Yeah.
boom, bop. I mean, and one of the first beats he ever did,
Was
he
that
was
one.
1 year old. He's 1 year old.
Yeah.
Boom, bop, boom, bop. It was just an amazing thing.
By the time he was 2 years old, we bought him a professional set.
Yep.
We had to look for one that was small enough for him to be able to reach things because he was way too advanced
And he was
for
hitting hard. He's playing
yeah.
great.
Yeah, he would used to break right through those little ones that you buy like at the Targets or any other stores.
And other times,
which
if
you're
you've
not
ever-
supposed to mention.
if you've ever been in a mood, if you've ever been just in an ornery mood, and you play music to just kind of help you change your state of mind, then you know what I'm talking about. If you've been in the car, you just had a fight with the wife or the kids, or you're just having a bad day at work, you just kind of tune out and you be able to listen to music. I tell you, there are healing characteristics to music, and that's just music. But when we start talking about the healing power of worship music and music that has spiritual connotation or inspirational symbolism and meaning, boy, now we're starting to really take the lid off of this thing, and it becomes more than something that just makes me feel better. It makes me better. It actually takes me deeper, because there's a difference between music and worship.
Yeah.
Worship is something that's much more, much more intimate than just singing a song. I mean, you can sing a song that holds great meaning deeply to a relationship or to a wedding ceremony, and when you hear the song, instantly you get transported back to that moment. Yeah. That moment you listen to Chicago when she broke your heart, and that song goes on. You know that song, and you start thinking about, oh, I can feel the pain of that, or I feel the joy of when they played that song at our wedding. But worship goes deeper. Worship allows you to create new moments in the presence of God, and it allows you to remember wonderful moments spent in the presence of God. I'm telling you the truth, that music transcends feeling and emotion. But when you add the worship aspect to music, now you're speaking about your body, your soul, and your spirit are connecting holistically to something that's happening in the area. It's a sound that is moving your body, your mind, and your spirit. Worship connects to the very nature of God. It connects to the very heart of who God is. And in heaven, I'm convinced, and Scripture tells us, that there's music throughout. The angels sing songs continuously in heaven.